So anyway, now that we know how to get the oil, right? The crude oil through a gas lift connected to an air compressor, okay? That keeps building pressure. Here you see how it's lacking coal, so this doesn't work anymore, right? This will suck up the crude oil here, it'll be sent, and where will it be sent? Well, it'll be sent to a refinery controller. How does the refinery controller work? Well, here I've connected a fluid tank to the refinery controller through a liquid hopper, which basically takes the crude oil from here and moves it to the right. But we could easily connect it to the gas lift machine, but we'd have to make sure it's always on, right? So, as you can see here, it's full of crude oil, okay? The temperature keeps adjusting, and once it reaches 100, the crude oil is used up. Got it? There it is. It resets, and the diesel and other stuff start going up. So, how does it work? Well, basically, we're going to need a refinery controller, refinery outputs, okay? And thermal lagging. So we'd put the refinery controller, the refinery outputs, we'll put 4, because the maximum output a refinery controller can have is 4, okay? Which would be diesel, kerosene, gasoline. If we were only going to use crude oil for diesel and LPG, we'd put 2, and that's it, okay? But anyway, now we're going to put the thermal lagging, we'll put it around all the refinery outputs, okay? What's this for? Well, to prevent heat loss. And why do we want to keep the heat in? Well, basically, we don't want the heat to escape to maintain the temperature of the different components and to maintain the temperature of the refinery controller, okay? Basically. I think it's not processing here because this is already at maximum, gasoline and kerosene. Let's break it for a moment, see if that's the case. Now let's put on the thermal lagging. There it is, see? It wasn't processing because that was already at maximum. And in fact, up here, it seems the temperature is rising. So maybe we should put one up there too, okay? And now you can see how everything's processing, right? The crude oil, because the temperature is ideal. So, well, we can put a vortex tube here if we want, which basically absorbs hot temperature from here and sends cold temperature here, okay? It separates temperatures, and the cold temperature is useful, you'll see, for making plastic, for example, okay? To cool the LPG material and make plastic. So that's basically how a refinery controller works.